let's throw just $1 billion into Bitcoin. It might only be 1% of their assets, but if you get thousands of big firms like that to do that, that's a lot of money in Bitcoin. There will be an inflection point. Right now, Bitcoin trades with the overall equity markets. So when the NASDAQ falls, we see Bitcoin fall. But I do think there will be a certain price where that shifts, and you'll start to see it become a more safe haven asset, kind of a digital type gold. But I think this is the key, is that for that to happen, and this could be what ends up happening. And I was watching a lot of the political chatter, and there's because investors have taken such a washout in cryptocurrency, there's being a bigger push for regulation. And you need to get that regulation in there. So what I could see happening is that you do get some regulation in there and everyone thinks that's bad. I actually think it's very, very good. And then you start to see more adoption when it's very, very low, even in a bear market or in a nasty kind of recession, depression, by institutional money. Just like you said, they have to invest somewhere. And if you get Bitcoin low enough and they start feeling secure about it, they're going to say, you know what, we got $50 billion or $100 billion. Let's throw just $1 billion into Bitcoin. It might only be 1% of their assets, but if you get thousands of big firms like that to do that, that's a lot of money in Bitcoin. I would say at this point, and I'm bringing up an S&P chart and I'll just show it up here, but basically at this point, I still think we have to this year at least get to about 3,400, 3,390, which is that pre-COVID high, right? It's almost like there's a magnet there that's drawing us to that level. So you're still talking probably another 10 or 15% downside. My worry is if we slide into a recession, you're going to go to this longer term trend right here, which is around 3,000. So that would be pretty nasty. I mean, you'd be talking a massive S&P correction, but I think this one's locked in, and then we just have to see the economic data, whether or not this one does occur. Now, again, please understand there's going to be bounces along the way. I would just encourage people to understand that it's a bear market, so you want to sell into the bounces. This isn't a market where I'm buying in and saying, hey, I'm going to hold this for the next 10 years. It's saying, okay, I'm going to hold this for 10 or 15%, then say thank you very much. And I think that's even important to say, I mentioned JP Morgan, where if JPM gets down here, this would be a buy level, but please understand, I'm not saying I'm buying it for the next 5 years. This would be a swing trade level where I would probably look for a 10% move and then exit the trade.